You're tracking the wrong stuff. When it comes to sales performance metrics, you are tracking and measuring the wrong stuff. On this episode of the Dave Lorenzo Daily, we're going to talk about the wrong stuff to track, and we're going to talk about the right stuff to track. And today we're going to share with you some metrics that you haven't thought about and how they can have an impact on your sales team. So join me in this episode where you'll look at the wrong things to track, the right things to track, and I'm going to share with you a bonus metric. That's right, watch all the way to the end, because at the end, I'm going to share with you leading indicators of success for you and your sales team. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Lorenzo. I'm here every day at 5 p.m. with a new sales strategy for you, for your team, to help you make a great living and live a great life. Please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I want you to be a part of our community. I want you to join us so that you know when we go live. We do that every Thursday, but we also do behind the scenes stuff, and I want you to get the notifications. So hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you don't miss out on any of the great information we have to share with you. And speaking of great information, let's talk about the wrong information, the wrong things you're tracking right now. I bet you're measuring right now the number of meetings that your sales reps have, the number of phone calls they make on a regular basis, and how many proposals they send out. What that does is that encourages a behavior that's not productive. What it encourages them to do, it encourages them just to make phone calls, and they make phone calls for the sake of making phone calls. It encourages them to have meetings, and they're going out and they're meeting with people who have no intention of ever buying from them. And it encourages them to give out proposals like lollipops at the barber shop. They're giving out proposals like crazy. Those are the wrong things. And if you think this isn't true, just this past weekend, my wife got a phone call from a friend of hers who started selling a product. It's an in-home product. And the woman said, "You don't need to buy anything. Just let me put down that I had a meeting with you and I'll come over and we'll have coffee." Sure enough, the woman came over, never talked about the sales product that she wanted to sell, never talked about the company, never talked about what she did. They had coffee. The woman left. She left some pamphlets in the house, and she wrote it down as a meeting for her boss. When you track the wrong things, you get the wrong behavior. When you track the right things, you get the right behavior. So now you're thinking, okay, Dave, what are the right things to track? Let's take a look. As you can see right here, I have a list of the right things to track. And I'm going to give you 3 things that you should track. Then I'm going to give you the bonus thing that you should track because it's a leading indicator of the way business is done today. The first thing I want you to track is depth of wallet. What does this mean? Each of your sales reps, each of your account executives should be able to tell you what their clients spend on an annual basis on products and services in your industry. You then need to know from them how much of those products and services come from your company. The answer is the depth of wallet. That's how much of their business you have. So if the sales rep's number one client spends $1,000 a year on products and services in your industry, and your sales rep is selling $100 worth of product to them, they have a 10% depth of wallet, and there's 90% available to them. That's something you should be tracking. And it's very easy for you to do that because the sales rep should be asking the question, Mr. Prospect, Mr. Client, how much do you spend on these things on an annual basis? And then you know how much they spend with you. The difference is where you can grow, where you can improve. So depth of wallet is something you definitely should be tracking. It is easier for your sales reps to get current clients to invest in you for new products or more products or products from the same sales rep because the trust is already there. Much easier than going out and finding a new relationship. So depth of wallet is a critical metric for you. The second thing your sales reps should be measuring is the number of referrals or testimonials given. And you as a sales leader, you as a sales manager, or you as an entrepreneur should know how many referrals your sales reps are getting every month, how many testimonials they're getting every month. This tells you two things. Number one, if they're getting referrals and testimonials, it tells you that they're asking for them. If you don't get testimonials, you will never get referrals. So your sales reps should be out asking for testimonials, which will help convince other people to buy your products and services, and they should be asking for referrals. If your sales reps aren't asking, you got to find out why. If they'll ask for a deal, they should be able to ask for a referral or a testimonial. If they're asking and they're not receiving, that tells me that there's a problem with your service or there's a problem with the relationship the sales rep has. So the number of referrals and testimonials you're receiving every month from each sales rep's clients are critical to measuring the level of service the clients are receiving and the habits of the sales professionals. Referrals are far easier to close than cold calls or than new prospecting developed clients. I want all of my sales reps to always be asking for referrals, and if they can't get a referral, I want them to ask for a testimonial. So this is an indicator of good habits, and it's an indicator of high-quality relationships. Number of referrals and number of testimonials received every month is something else you should be tracking. The final thing you should be tracking from your sales reps is growth of their database. Each month, your sales reps should be doing things to position themselves as industry consultants. They should be out there doing thought leadership activities like giving speeches, writing articles, producing videos, all types of things that can help their database grow. You should track how many new email addresses your sales reps are putting into their database every month, how many new addresses and names they're putting into their physical mailing list every month. Now, this certainly can be gamed. This system can be gamed by them just writing down names and email addresses. However, if they're adding 100, 200 new email addresses and 35, 45, 55 new mailing addresses every month, their activity when it comes to follow-up will produce new clients. For every 1,000 names they add to their database, you can count on 100 new sales activities. This is about a 10% follow-through rate. So for every 1,000 names they add to their database, about 10% will show some interest in who they are and what they do, and that will be an opportunity for them to sell. So growth of their database is critical. And this leads me to my bonus tip. This is the bonus tip I promised you today. In today's business world, there are more ways than ever to grow relationships, to initiate and develop and grow and nurture relationships. Your sales reps who are particularly focused on social media should be able to show you their growth in LinkedIn followers and connections from the LinkedIn database. Followers and connections every month. They should be growing their database by 50 to 100 new people every month. These are people who are interested in what they have to say, what they have to offer, because they're publishing articles on LinkedIn. And if they're comfortable on YouTube, they should be growing their subscriber database on YouTube by 25, 35, 45, 55 new subscribers every month. So if your sales reps are telling you that this is a modern era and they're more focused on social media, accept that and say, okay then, show me the growth of your social media databases every month. If their LinkedIn and YouTube databases are growing by 50 to 100 every month, I think you have some productive salespeople there and you're going to be able to develop some leads from those databases. That's the bonus tip. While you're measuring depth of wallet, number of referrals and testimonials received, growth of email and physical mailing database, you can also measure social media databases as well, particularly LinkedIn and YouTube. If their LinkedIn and YouTube databases are growing fast, you have someone who's a very good lead generation sales rep on your hands. These are the metrics you should be measuring. So stop measuring the old stuff, start measuring these metrics, and leave me a note down in the comments and let me know how this is working for you. Remember, we're here every day at 5 p.m. with a brand new video. This is the Dave Lorenzo Daily. Please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure that you stick with us because we produce new content every day, and there's behind the scenes stuff that you might not know about if you don't subscribe. So I want you to subscribe, and I want to see you right back here again tomorrow on the Dave Lorenzo Daily. Until tomorrow, here's hoping you do this and sell more.